So, like, what's your position now? Are you like agnostic or like are you atheist? What are you?
Well, like I know that many churches are false because of the internal contradictions. So, I'm not agnostic about the Christian God. I know that the Christian God is a false God. But as far as like what is the uncaused cause, like I don't know how to approach that question, right? So I'm agnostic on whether there's a God, but I'm not agnostic on whether the Christian God is the God.
Okay, I got you, I got you. So you see the uncaused cause, right? Which would just be the explanation to our existence, like the grounding to the explanation to existence itself in a general sense, right? For example, if it's the case that the universe goes from state A to state B, that would follow that the universe could not have done that by itself. Meaning it needs an external explanation to explain how that happened,
No, I
right?
don't know. I don't know that that follows. I don't know that.
I mean, can something like, for example, the can I have in my hand, right? Could it have manufactured itself?
It depends how you define that, because if we define it a certain way, it did.
So when I say could it manufacture itself, I mean, could it have gone from a state of not being a can to a state of being a can by itself?
Um, there. I just don't understand what you mean by itself.
Yeah, so is the can itself self-explanatory on how it became a can?
Yes, there it is. It is the evidence of how it became what it is.
I'm talking about like, can it do it itself? Can this can or this piece of metal, could it have gone from not being a can or in the shape of a can to itself bending and shaping and becoming the can that I'm holding in my hand? Could it have done that by itself, or did it need an external human being to paint it and to shape it into a can?
So, yeah, I'm following that chain, but that chain doesn't end. There's no ending to that. You are agnostic about where that chain ends.
No, I'm not.
You have to be.
Why do I have to be?
Because you
It's not.
can't know. Like, literally, we know we can't know.
No, we do know actually. I
No.
do know that this can has an explanation
No, I'm
to
talking about the
how.
chain of causality that you're implying.
Yes, yes, but that
Right.
doesn't, just because hold on, even if I to grant you that we don't know, does not equate it not being an explanation or an end to that chain. Because if it was an infinite chain, then the can would not even exist in the first place.
No, that's false. You don't know that.
Yes, and I'll explain why. You want me to explain why? I do know that because
No, I
for
don't
something
want you
to
to
be
explain
infinite,
why. You're
to
wrong.
you can say I'm wrong. That
Yeah.
doesn't prove how I'm wrong.
But if you say how you're wrong and I prove how you're wrong, you don't care.
No, I'm gonna justify why I'm not wrong, and you're gonna justify why I'm wrong. You
Yeah,
understand?
and you're gonna not listen to me. So who cares about this exercise?
No, I am gonna listen to you. I'm
No,
being
you're
respectful.
not.
How am I not? I'm actually engaging with what you're saying.
No, you're here to preach.
No, I'm actually just trying to engage and actually get an input on what
No,
you
you
guys.
are here to walk me through the tin can analogy. You brought it up. It is a sermon coming from you.
Yeah,
And
I
I
bought the
already
principle.
addressed the uncaused cause is unknowable. I've already said
Yeah,
that.
I already. Oh, yeah, okay, no problem, no problem. I can grant you that. I'm telling you, like, look, your arguments you're given, I'm engaging with them and I'm granting you them. Okay, I'm saying there's no issue in you not knowing what it is, right? Let's establish that there is an explanation first. Okay, so do you believe there's an explanation to an existence?
It depends what you mean by explanation.
But by
Like,
explanation, I
are we
mean,
describing it or the reason it was done? Because
yeah,
there's an explanation for a building in that there was a plan and the people followed the plan. But there's also an explanation for the building in that someone wanted a building there, right? And those are two different explanations. They're both explanations,
yeah,
but
but
they're
they're both
neither.
contingent. They're both contingent, right? The whole point is that the explanation cannot be contingent. An explanation itself, that's the grounding factor of our existence, in a general sense, right? That's what I mean. I'm not talking about a singular explanation that also contingent, because those things wouldn't be considered an explanation by definition, because they are reliant on other things, and those are reliant on other things, those are reliant on other things. I'm talking about the generality in the explanation, right?
Right, but you
All
don't
the things are
understand the
reliant on the
generality.
explanation. Sorry?
You don't understand the generality. You
Um,
assert that this thing can't be infinite, and you don't know that it can't be infinite.
by definition, it has to be infinite.
No.
I can explain it.
So by definition, it could be infinite.
No, by definition, it is. You know to explain it? Okay.
It's unknowable.
Okay, no
They
problem.
would
It's
all
unknowable.
look the exact same from where we are.
Okay, no problem. It's unknowable. So the explanation itself, right? The reason why I say it's eternal, because it cannot be reliant. If it's reliant, it will just be another reliant thing that has an explanation, and that thing will just be reliant on another thing, another thing, another thing, and it would have no explanation. They would all
Yes,
be.
it would.
Go
It
back.
would have an explanation. You're just saying the same thing again. You're
Dude,
just
dude.
making the same
If this,
claim.
dude, if this count relies on something else, and that relies on something else, and that relies on something else, and it goes for infinity, there's not going to be any explanation. There's not going to come to a grounding, to a foundation where it's explained where the materials all came from.
There's no problem with that.
There's no problem with us not having an explanation to our existence.
There's no problem being unable to reach it. There's no problem. You're not talking about
No,
a
so
contradiction here.
there's no infinite regress. We just can't. There is an explanation. There's
This
a
is an
grounding.
assertion. No infinite regress is an assertion you're making, and your argument is like, I just can't understand it. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
That's
if
not
you
my
can
argument.
understand it. You can't
You said
know if there is
you're
one.
asserting that on me. You said I can't understand it.
You can't
You said I
understand
don't
how
know
it
it.
can exist. You're like, I just don't understand it.
Dude, you're saying that we cannot trace back the chain. I'm saying, okay, no problem. You're asserting that it exists. We just cannot
I'm saying
track
it's
the chain back.
possible. We can't rule it out.
No, we can't rule it out. We have evidence to rule it out using
No, we
principles.
cannot rule it out.
Can we have an infinite regress? Can we have an infinite regress?
I don't know.
Okay, so by saying I don't know, you're saying it could be and it couldn't, correct?
It's possible. There's no contradiction inherent in the idea that there's an infinite regress.
Yes, there's a contradiction. Then we
No,
wouldn't be able
there's
to.
no contradiction.
I'll show you how there's a contradiction. If, for example, if I have a rope, right, and I tie it to another rope, I tie it to another rope, and I tie it to another rope, and it goes on for infinity, and the rope wouldn't be able to stabilize or hold itself in the first place, since there is no beginning on where it could hold itself. That's a contradiction. You're basically saying the rope,
No,
it
you're
exists, at the
starting
same
somewhere
time,
and
it
you're
has
going
no
in one
beginning.
direction infinitely, and you're like, so where is it in the other direction? So what
Yeah,
if
there wouldn't be any rope in the first place.
So the first rope is the first place.
No, because it's infinite. There wouldn't be a first rope. Where's the first rope?
So what about what? So what? So
You see.
there's no implication of the first rope. There's no implication of a first rope.
Exactly.
It's
There's
not
no first
implied.
rope.
You're
How can you
asserting
logically
that's
say-
evidence of
how
a
can you
first rope.
logically
No,
say that
it's
exists?
not. That was like saying it's evidence there's a last rope. There's no evidence there's a first or last rope.
Exactly. There's no first. There's no last. There's nothing basically.
There's no evidence for them. We can't rule them out.
Dude, logically speaking, can something have no ending to it? Can something be infinitely regressive with an explanation?
Logically speaking, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. You're ignorant. That's fine. I'll take that.
No, it's unknowable.
No, it's not.
I
know it.
know that it's
No,
unknowable.
I know it.
You
I know it.
pretend you know it.
No, I don't pretend I know that.
Yes, you do. You say
I just
it's
justified it.
impossible. But
No, I
what's
just
the
justified it.
contradiction? No, you
I just
didn't.
justified- Yes, I just show you in contradiction. The P and not P would be the proposition would be that the universe exists. The not P would be a certain that's infinitely regressive, because that by definition asserts that it doesn't exist.
No, I'm not seeing the contradiction.
Dude, you
I'm not
saying
seeing what
it's
you're saying right
infinitely
there.
regressive. You saying the universe or anything can be infinitely regressive. You're asserting that it doesn't exist in the first place by definition.
Is God infinite?
Yes, God is the explanation, the self-explanatory
No,
explanation.
it is not. It's the same argument.
It's not the same argument.
It's literally
You know
the
why?
same argument.
No, it's not the same argument. You know why? Because God would be the explanation that's self-explanatory. He cannot
No,
have a
he
beginning. Wait,
wouldn't
he
be.
cannot have.
You just pretend that he
No, 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 no,
is.
no, no, no. By definition speaking, right? Grammatically and linguistically
No.
speaking. Yeah, let me
Is
explain.
God caused? Is God a
Let me just
caused
explain.
thing?
Let me explain.
Is
If
God a
God, right?
caused thing? Just answer the
If God
questions.
was
No,
relying.
no.
Wait,
Look, you've stated
wait,
your
wait.
assertion,
The
and
whole
now
point
I
is.
am showing you points that it's not. You've stated your
Okay,
assertion, and
yes,
now
you're
I'm
doing a
making
two
the
K.
arguments
Yes,
against.
you're doing a two K fallacy, and you're saying again, what about me, but what about God, and so on. I have no problem. I'm willing
Is
to
God
engage with that.
caused? Is God caused?
No, of course not.
How do you know?
What do you, how do you know? By definition,
Isn't it
explanation cannot be caused.
unlogical that a causal chain can have?
Yes, if something we don't believe that God is infinitely aggressive because he'd just be reliant upon other gods, another god would be relying on other gods, and that would go infinity. But that would
Yeah, it's
contradict
the
the
same
principle.
thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
So the
An infinite regression and something being infinite is two different things, dude.
Euthyphro. We're talking about Euthyphro now. You know what I mean? The Euthyphro dilemma.
No, I don't know about
So
that.
what's co-eternal to your God? What is co-eternal to him?
There's nothing co-eternal to my
Is
God.
logic co-eternal to your God?
Logic isn't created.
So you said logic isn't created.
No, logic is
So that
abstract.
means logic is co-eternal to your God, right?
No,
You just said there's nothing co-eternal to God, and I immediately identified logic as co-eternal to your God.
If something is not created, how can it exist to be co-eternal with God? You idiots.
It's not created.
Yes, it's not created. It's abstract. It's conceptual. It's a predicate. It's a qualifier to process that we view patterns that we view in our universe, which are created. But the logic itself is just a qualifier to that things. We don't believe that time, space,
Cool. Well, I'm not talking
all
about
these
that.
things
I'm
are
talking
created.
about the thing it describes. Then I'm talking about the thing it describes. I'm not talking
Well, the
about
processes,
the
the
tool
universe,
logic. I'm talking about the underlying reality that it describes.
the universe is created. So we say that the universe is created.
So God is part of the universe, right?
No, he's not.
Says you, right? What's
No,
your definition of the universe?
God cannot be part of the universe. Otherwise, he'd just be another reliant thing.
So is logic part of the universe, or is logic external to the universe?
Logic is not external nor internal to the universe. Do you understand what I said earlier about
No, you
logic?
can go. You can leave, bro.
Okay, look at that.
See ya.
I see.
Bye.
Okay, bro. End of it, bro.
Yeah. See ya.
Oh, you're not gonna kick me out?
No, please leave.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Please go somewhere else. Would you? Would you do me a favor and leave?
Did I actually mentally molest you that bad?
Am I asking nicely? Right? I'm asking nicely. Do you not do when people ask you nicely?
No, I'm just like
Please.
wondering. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Obviously, you gotta
I don't
understand, right?
care. I don't care that you're curious. Please, please leave.
Obviously, I understand your concern of you wanting me to leave, and you're caring enough
Why
for me.
aren't you then? Why aren't you doing it then?
You're saying you don't care about me, but then you
What
care
is the
about me enough for
reason?
me to leave.
Please leave. What is the reason you're not?
I'm just curious. Like, why do you want me to leave, dude?
What is the reason you're not? Because if you have curiosity, that's the reason you're not leaving?
Yeah, I just want to ask you. Like, if you answer the simple question and justify, and I'll leave it. I'll leave. I'll just leave.
I don't care. Leave anyway. Leave anyway. I'm not trying to earn it. Get the fuck out
But
of here. Just leave. Just be a nice guy and fuck off.
You're doing a
Right?
self-defeated. You're doing a self-defeated, bro. You're saying that you don't care, and at the same time, you care enough
No,
to
I
tell me
don't
to leave.
care about your curiosity. I don't care about your curiosity, and I'm not interested in satisfying it. And before you were curious, so I asked you nicely to leave, and you didn't.
All right, no problem, bro. I'll
Yeah,
leave.
it
I'll
is.
leave.
It's a huge problem. You're making it a huge problem. Leave.
Okay, no problem. I'll leave
It's
right
a
now.
huge problem that you're making it. The maximum problem that you can possibly make
Okay.
it. Goodbye.
Okay, there's no. Okay, alright, I'll leave. Bye bye.
Bye. See you later. Go live a
Can I get
life
the
or
last word?
whatever.
Can I get the last word?
Goodbye forever.
Okay,
Good
goodbye.
luck. Good luck. Goodbye. Go away.
I've actually mentally molested you, bro. I'm sorry.
Lucas, we're talking
sorry,
to
I'm mentally
Christians. Are
raped
you
you.
a Christian?
Nah, fuck Christians.
How How long have you felt this way?